Hi, jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday, May 21st. I'm actually recording this on Monday, and I just came back from a very successful trip to Quilt's Olay up in Corrales today. I've been having a really hard time finding the fabric that I really wanted for the Doctor Who stitch-along for my background fabric and for my sashing. My sister and I made a trip today because she's also going to be working on the stitch-along. We decided that for our sashing, we were going to buy a jelly roll and split it for our sashing around the embroidery block. So this is a Stonehenge package, and we're obviously doing a darker background with our sashing in scrappy colors. And I bought this dark blue batik that I fell in love with. I was looking for a fabric that reminded me of the Time Vortex, and this is what I went with. This is my little spring hoop, which I wasn't sure if I had one or not, but back when we did the Project of Doom, I bought a whole bag at the thrift store of different hoops, and this just happened to be in there, so I'm going to give that a try this time around. I've never tried that. Yesterday I had a really successful trip to Goodwill, where I got this bag of crochet thread and embroidery floss for $5.99. And each one of these spools sells individually because I had just bought one at Michael's on Saturday. Each one of these spools individually sells for like $2.50 at someplace like Michael's. And I have probably, I don't know, 20 or more here, and I paid $5.99. So I think that was a pretty good deal. And I have a ton of light, white or off-white, so I have more than enough to do my embroidery. And I also bought some new needles because my needles are all sort of jumbled together from over the years, and I'm not sure I put them back where they came from originally, so I'm not sure what's what. So I just bought a package of specifically embroidery needles today at Lavender Lamb, which is a yarn store that's right next door to Quilt's Olay. And other stuff I grabbed at Quilt's Olay were I only make it up there about once a year, maybe twice if I'm lucky. If I go to the shop hop, I might make it up a second time. But they always have these great scrap bags. And their scraps are generally either like 2.5-inch strips, so they're already ready to go, or they're pretty decent size, like fat quarters or charm squares and things like that. Some of them bigger than fat quarters. Partial panels I found in there before. That's actually one of those bags is where I got the sea animal quilt that panel that I'm using for the baby quilt for my boss's baby that's due at the beginning of August. And I bought a bag today. And here it is. And I haven't even really delved in here yet, but I can already tell there's some really awesome stuff in here. Like, here's a bunch of 3.5-inch strips, for instance, in like brights and solids, so those will be useful. And here's, looks like about a 9.5-inch or 10-inch square of coffee themed fabric. We all know how much I love that. My goodness, I'm gonna have to really dump this out and see what all I got in here. There's just tons of great scrappy colors in here. And I'm very excited, but they're just so much fun. It's like a little treasure hunt. I love getting these bags. And you get like a pound of fabric for $6.99, and I usually use a lot of it. And I'm planning to do some more scrap quilting and stuff in the near future. Speaking of the sea animal quilt, while I was there, I had a nice long talk with the owner of the quilt store because I've been kind of debating about what I'm going to do there. I had already started sashing the blocks with white fabric. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do for my layout. Anyway, I laid them out there on their giant cutting table, and she came up with a great suggestion that I think I'm going to wait until I actually have it going before I show you guys. But it involves these 3 fabrics being added to that quilt. And I'm very excited. I just had this really like duh moment when she started moving it around. She's like, what if you did this? And I went, duh. I don't know why I should think of that, but that's why you ask someone else. So what else is going on? Unexpected baby gift for a guy at work. He's a great guy, really just one of the best people I work with, and his first baby, it's a boy, came a week ago. I thought the baby was due in June, so I hadn't even started anything yet. So I decided to experiment yesterday. This is a cloth diaper, and I used my skip stitch to make holes all the way around, and I'm crocheting a border with cotton yarn that's multicolor. He had a little boy. It's a little rough on my hands, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make another one after this or not. I might go ahead and just make a whole set. I should be able to finish that by the end of the week. We'll see. Maybe. Unless I get distracted by other things. My daughter's going to be going to an anime con this summer, and I have behind me the beginnings of her cosplay. She's going as Bakura Ryu from YuGiOh, and this is the top half of her outfit behind me. He also wears this thing around his neck called the Millennium Ring, and I am working on that, and the beginnings of that is, do not laugh, but I found this at Goodwill yesterday. It's a towel ring. Another awesome score at Goodwill yesterday was this amazing spice rack. Isn't that gorgeous? Looks like it's full of potions. I got to do a little bit of repair to the wood, not much, it's just a little wobbly. And then I can load it up with beads and buttons and hang it on the wall, and I'm very excited for my potions rack. Alright, I'm going to stop there. There's so much going on right now, my brain can't even think. I hope everybody has a great week, a crafty week, and I will see you next week. Bye! But it's made of wood, it's oak, and this is going to become the Millennium Ring hanging around her neck. No, really.